What's up guys, Armada here, and in today's video we are gonna go over the new Smash Ultimate character, Byleth. As most of you guys probably already heard, Byleth is scheduled for release on January 28th, and since I don't have the character, available to play myself, I figured we could go over the gameplay by the man himself, Sakurai, and kind of, break down the character, analyze the moves that we got to see in the trailer. But yeah, don't take it too seriously. A lot of things will be discovered over time, so this is gonna be more a fun video to see like what my current impression based on the little footage we have. And yeah, I know a lot of people might not have been the most excited about a Fire Emblem character, but over the next 2 years we're gonna get 6 more characters after this, so I'm sure it's gonna be something for everyone included in there. But yeah, let's get started. With this breakdown.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better.
Alright, so lacking in mobility, first information we get. If you look at Smash games, historically, mobility, speed, you name it, tends to be very crucial parts. And if you look at, Smash's history, most good characters have good mobility / speed, so this is a bad sign. But yeah, let's keep going, but it's probably a pretty big drawback already.
Than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually,
yep, grab as well, lacking range plus bad mobility.
The hero's
that's pretty good range though. That's a pretty good range for sure. Yeah, so this is like forward tilt. Yeah, that's pretty solid range, and also looks relatively quick. Like not super quick, but still relatively quick, and good range. Probably gonna be used a lot in neutral, kind of like poke your opponent. Quick damage, solid move. Looks like.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, those two moves are gonna be.
They look like the hero's relics.
Yeah, actually, we can talk about them right away. I think they're gonna like show them in more detail later. But yeah, this move obviously quite slow, but super strong. This move as well, if I remember correctly, have super armor, even beating out Falcon Punch. So it can be like one of those, like if you have a huge read on your opponent doing a certain move, I could see this one being like, occasionally used. If it does have super armor to beat out Falcon Punch, it probably beats out a lot of short hop aerials too. So if you predict your opponent to like short hop with an aerial, this could probably be a pretty, good read to go for sometimes. I could see that. I'm wondering exactly how strong the armor is going to be. If it's going to be like, Wonder Wing type of armor where you go through everything that is in grab. But yeah, I guess we'll find out with time. But a move you can't spam for sure. Or I guess in Elite Smash you're going to see people spam this move over and over. But in actual offline matches against good opponents, probably once in a while read type of move.
Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem. Input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, good range all around.
They use it for flurry attack.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty good range here as well. Like rapid jab. If you have this move relatively spaced, most people probably won't be able to punish it. A lot of times when you have like rapid jab moves on shield, people can like roll after X amount of hits. I think it's like 10 or 11 or something. But with this type of range, even if you get hit 10 or 11 times on shield, you probably won't be able to roll behind Byleth. So that's pretty good. And if you're like fully ranged, even if they try to do something else, they probably can't jump and like actually like reach you either. So looks solid.
Such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
And yeah,
Use
that
it for
was
flurry
the
attacks
F
and
tilt
tilt
again as
attacks,
well.
such as down tilt
Yeah,
attacks,
good
where it takes
range. Up tilts. I always love when characters have like amazing up tilts and up airs. This move looks really good for anti-airing. I could see it be very common to like when you have opponents above you to like jump towards them, bait out an air dodge, and then like up tilt them back up. Probably gonna be annoying to like get down from like platforms and stuff sometimes against this as well.
takes the form of a whip.
Yeah, down tilt not as good of a range, but looked relatively
Where it
quick.
takes the form of a whip.
Here, yeah. Yeah, looked relatively quick, but yeah, slightly less range than some other moves.
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip
Yeah, up smash. One thing that's interesting that's about to happen, like
upwards.
here on this up smash, is even a grounded opponent, like it's like dragging you up. So that's very good. Like some up smashes obviously do not hit grounded opponents, and especially not if they're like laying on the ground. So it's good that it's actually like
Enemies in the air.
connecting anyway.
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip
That's
sword overhead.
yeah, that upper looked very
For their
good
up
too.
air attack,
Super good range. So that's not like that's gonna be another tool that's gonna be most likely really good when you have opponents above you to like just throw out the up air. Of course, we need to keep in mind that apparently the mobility is quite poor, so that's gonna mean the advantage stage will suffer some from it. But I mean, good up tilt and good up air, I could probably see sometimes where you like you know, try to hit someone with an up air, and even if they like air dodge, you are probably going to be able to like up tilt them before they can do anything. So advantage state, it probably still looks pretty solid so far, I would say.
they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
Yeah, seems quite
The up
active for
special
sure.
move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
Yeah, so this move, like a little bit later on, we're gonna see this move used against the Kirby. And basically, I feel like maybe if you have, actually, let me explain what I'm thinking as soon as the Kirby clip shows up. I think it's right. Okay, yeah,
Terrifying.
it was right
Knocked
after.
him into the air with that attack, and in it.
So, okay, not that this is the most beautiful edgeguard example by any means, but I think sometimes with this character, maybe kind of position yourself diagonally below the opponent and have the threat of the up B, since you will spike them afterwards, right? And if they are like, oh, I don't want to get hit by the up B and the air dodge, then you can jump in aerial instead. So I could see this being a thing with this character, where you kind of like position yourself in this type of position to edgeguard, threat of the up B, and if they air dodge, jump aerial. Probably could be an issue at time if they have like a jump or multiple jumps to like try to like go above you. But yeah, just an idea that crossed my mind.
You can do awful things like this. That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Okay, so yeah, as it says, knock opponents upward when damage percentage is low. The thing is, like, it might sound weird at first, but if you think about it, it's pretty logical, because if you knocked opponents downwards, you would basically be super high up in the air and your opponent on the ground, right? So you would basically put yourself at disadvantage using the move. So the fact that it knock opponents upwards at low percentage actually makes sense. So it's a reason to use the move. And then when they have high percentage, they go down and get spiked. So yeah, pretty good. That might be a true combo. It's hard to tell. Like, you can't tell for sure, I feel like. Oops. Wait, what was that? Yeah, okay. Sorry. I apologize about that. So yeah, actually it did look true. It did look true. Not too good damage though.
Exceed that percentage.
Not
and
good.
you need to be
Not too
careful.
good
You may
damage.
find it
Relatively
helpful
low.
to mid-air dodge.
Like, how much percent was beforehand? Yeah, 27, and then afterwards like 46.
Exceed that percentage, and you'll need to be careful.
Not
You may
amazing,
find it helpful to mid-air
but not
dodge.
horrible either.
I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special.
Yeah, also when you like, some people don't know this, but when you like latch onto an edge, like the longer you hold, like the longer it takes basically before you grab the ledge yourself, the more invincibility you have. So sometimes when you see characters like, let's say Ivysaur for example, like just hanging on for a longer time gives you more invisibility, which basically means it's harder to ledge trap you. It's also dependent on like percentage as well, but yeah, it's like small little details a lot of people don't know about. So, but that's one way you can use these type of recovery tools as well to your advantage.
Now, for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic.
Long range, but looks like quite a bit of cooldown. Like
As you can see, they
you
have a
probably
long
will be able
range.
to whiff punish
Like so.
the smash
forward and
attack.
back mythology.
But let's look at the fair.
First, we'll go.
So yeah, this is the range of the fair. Looked relatively quickly. A relatively quick move as well, and good range, so that's good. Can clearly see this move be used a lot for going off stage and just like try to poke them, hit them, so they end up dying.
We'll go through the forward and back.
And then backer. Looks like a bit worse range, but also like, you know, relatively quick.
Attacks. As you can see,
Quick frame data, very important. Very important. Especially in like kind of close quarter situations. And since this character is relying a lot of like range, like since the character is not like the best mobility by any means, as they said earlier, I feel like having decent frame data can be like a make or break it for these type of characters. So frame data seems alright so far as well.
Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
Alright, so yeah. Marth does the fair. A little bit like he already has his move out, and they're moving a bit closer before this move connects from Byleth. But I mean, it still shows like a bit of a difference that, yeah, it's just better range, and Marth is relatively well known for having, you know, fairly good range.
You'd win out, so you should be able to beat it.
Looks like it's easily
Next, the side
wins.
smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Yeah, that's actually really good range.
Here.
And strong too, very
This also
strong.
has a long
Well, it's like
range.
29%
even
before the F smash,
Here.
and yeah.
Also,
Yeah, and then if you angle this move as well, then it's gonna be even stronger. So yeah, 47 beforehand.
if you add an upward tilt, it
Yeah,
will be
20-ish, 20-ish.
stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack.
Honestly, that F smash in teams, I could see that being quite good. Someone grabs, and like your teammate grabs someone, and you just like delete their stock.
Won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for. If you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
Oh yeah, okay. So you can cover people on the ground too, if they miss in tech chases, like tech chase scenarios.
By the way,
I think it's actually kind of cool when you can like angle moves. It's like giving them like a little bit of more applications where they cover like different options. So I think that's pretty cool personally.
the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat.
Yeah, this character
It
doesn't
won't
feel
deal much
suited for
damage,
close
and it won't
combat
launch
really.
opponents
But
far.
as I said earlier, the decent frame
That's
data
why,
on
as
some
a
of the
rule,
moves
You want
will
to hit
help
with the
at
blade
least.
part aimed upward.
It's like, yeah, it's like sliding a bit forward as well before doing it. Yeah, that's pretty good range, especially considering the fact that sliding a little bit. But looked like quite a bit of like lag afterwards, so it looks like a pretty high committal move. I mean, like in Ultimate, a lot of moves you can just kind of like throw out, and even if people predict you to do it, a lot of moves are basically like unpunishable anyway. But this looks like a move that you can punish if you read it. So, I mean, on Elite Smash, you're probably gonna see people spam these type of moves anyway. But in offline matches, yeah, it looks like a move that comes with a risk of getting punished.
Lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit. Even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
Yeah, that's really good actually.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Yeah, range in this character really goes hand in hand.
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area.
Ooh, that's interesting actually. I could see that being like probably solid for off-stage battle too. Yeah, it covers like a massive area. Yeah, this probably will be also like a air dodge threat where you kind of like jump out, making it hard for the opponent to tell if you're gonna like fair them maybe, and then you do this instead. So looks solid.
And you'll carve up a large area.
Yeah, that move. All right, so this move, a lot of charging time, but I mean, this move, if I remember correctly. It's a lot of super armor. It's a lot of super armor here. So even Falcon's Falcon Punch, I believe, like you will just eat it up. You'll eat it up, and Falcon will get hit by your move here. So I feel like this move is going to be more of like the hard read type of situation. You can get an early kill from it, and if you have like a read that your opponent might do a short up aerial at you, and you do this instead, you eat up their move with your super armor, and then, you know, you take an early stock. But it's not like a move you're going to be able to spam in real matches either. But I swear, in Elite Smash, when this character comes out, you'll see people spam this move. You'll see people spam this move.
For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Uair.
Wait, what's the other one? Oh yeah, like a down smash.
It's named after a weapon that appears in Uair myth.
Looked okay,
First,
I guess.
The down air attack. It really is strong.
Wait, was it 19%? Yeah, 19.
It really is
19.
strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this.
It's like, doesn't look that fast though. Yeah. That's very slow. That's probably going to be more of like also like trying to read an air dodge and you use this move to punish the air dodge. It's going to be a hard move to just like straight up land.
With this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
Yeah, that's...
And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating
even Bowser special. Died at 53. Elite Smash is gonna love this move. This is gonna be the new Wonder Wing. People are gonna spam this. I can already see it.
Devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different.
Oh yeah, here's the Falcon Punch thing. See? Like, okay, it was not Falcon Punch first, but yeah, this Falcon section. Ether move.
Which allows you to withstand an attack.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it plays out.
Dude, look at how strong that is.
Same time.
He is 30. He has 30. He has 30 and he's doing a Falcon Punch. And Byleth is just like, peace.
It plays out like this.
Peace. Oh, yeah. Elite Smash.
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the
But I mean, even in like, if this character becomes like popular, and you know, placing high on the tier list, this move will be occasionally used by pro players too. Like, especially if this super armor is like super good, which, you know, it looks like if you're going through Falcon Punch, this move will be used even by pro players on occasion.
armor effect, you have the advantage.
Especially when the reward is like killing people at 30.
Unless you get grabbed.
But yeah, similar to Wonder Wing, you can get
Another
grabbed.
notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower
That's
area.
pretty interesting, actually.
It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack.
Oh, that's actually, I think that actually can be very good for Byleth. Because if you're on the
While
platform,
you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms
like let's say you're
this
here
to
on the top platform as now, and then someone is below and is trying to like poke you with like an up air or something, and you just do this move, eat through their move, and then like boom, then you're also higher up, so you'll die upwards sooner as well.
reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack.
Not 100% sure if it's as strong
Also,
in the
you
air
can
though.
turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction.
So cross up won't even
Even though
work.
it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
Probably, yeah, that will mean that it's slightly harder to whiff punish, but that move should still be easy to whiff punish. Just like slightly harder.
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of end lag, so it should be easy
By
with
the way,
punish anyway.
earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Yeah, that's actually like, you fly so far. That was even at 0. Yeah, that was at 0%. But I mean, it's actually a lot of characters that have a counter, but it's also many characters that don't.
It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table.
Actually pretty decent damage
It
for
only
a
appears in
projectile.
a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack.
Oh wait,
This attack is similar.
yeah, I want to see that
Appears
again.
in a few neutral moves. You've got the
Yeah, that's like a pit type of nair, multi-hit move. Multi-hit moves, one thing people don't think about sometimes with multi-hit moves in this game is that if people try to parry, then multi-hit moves are really good. That's something that makes Pikachu really annoying, is that he has so many multi-hit moves that it's not even worth it to parry against that character pretty much ever. It's like multi-hit moves all across the board. But yeah, with characters that have one multi-hit move, if you really think your opponent's going to parry, it can be a good time to throw it out.
The neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
I mean, it looks like they're flying pretty far away, even at 28.
It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
They didn't look too good. They didn't look too good.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready.
Can't be released until the charge is
You can't release
complete.
it partway
That's
through the
bad.
charge,
That's
so
bad
when
for the
it does
character.
fire, the arrow travels at high speed.
That's bad. You want to have
can't
like
release
as
it
much
partway through the charge, so
like,
when it does
you want to be
fire,
as flexible
the arrow
as
travels
possible.
at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said,
This is like a
you can
free
still
for all
cancel
move.
out of
You
the
can spam
stance
this in
using
free
the shield
throw.
button.
But yeah, the fact that you can cancel out by shielding, that's good at least. That's good. They give you some options rather than like, oh, charge and like having to commit to it.
You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash A powerful arrow that looks like a
Oh my god. Maybe that's like another type of like spot dodge, air dodge type of read move. Wait, what percentage did he? Okay, yeah, almost 87.
A powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take
it's mainly
care
going to be a
this
free-for-all move, but I mean,
for one,
it will be
powered up
used
the move to its
sometimes.
max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield.
It'll be used sometimes
In
by
other words,
good
you're
players
committing
too.
to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move.
It's like some of the moves with this character feels like it's like they're really risky against certain type of like reflectors or counters, these type of things.
So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called.
Alright guys, alright. Yeah, the rest of this video, they're mainly going to go over final smashes and like the new stage and stuff, which is not really the purpose of this video. But yeah, I think this character, like, overall, I can't say the character looks too promising with the little footage we have seen. Poor mobility, obviously a huge drawback, and it feels like a lot of the moves are just like huge gambles. Which normally doesn't net you too high on the list. You want to have like pretty consistently high stats across the board in terms of like all the important aspects in a Smash game, like, you know, speed, damage output, recovery, edge guard, ledge traps, you name it. So it doesn't look too promising, but looks okay. Looks okay, and I'm sure once we get to like actually test out the character more, like we didn't really get to see like grabs. Like I don't think we got to see grabs at all. So like stuff like that obviously could change a lot if you have like massive damage output, for example, from a grab. So things can quickly turn around with like one or two things we haven't, you know, gotten to see from, you know, this footage. So I don't want to discourage any people from playing the character when the character comes out. When the character comes out, I will be playing Byleth a lot myself on my stream, twitch.tv/ArmadaGGS. Then we're gonna, you know, test the character, lab it out, and see what we think about the character once the character's actually out. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe to your channel if you haven't, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.